It's that time again. Time for the lights to turn on. Time for new teams, new contenders, new champions to emerge, new storylines to unfold. The gridiron is calling. A new season begins now. From Channel 8 and Maine's Total Coverage, this is the Blitz 8 Preview Show. Here's Sports Director Travis Lee.
Well, good evening and welcome to our Blitz 8 High School Football Preview Show. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll introduce you to some of the top players, top teams, and the one and only Michael Hoffer joins me in studio to break down the upcoming season. Now, last season was a season to end championship droughts in Class A. Portland captured its first title since 2002. In B, it was Falmouth winning its first title since becoming a program. In Class C, Freiburg with its first championship since '65, ending a 60-year drought. In an 8-man large school, another first as Greeley won the school's first championship. Now, there will be a new 8-man large school champion. Greeley is moving back to 11-man after 4 seasons in 8-man. The Rangers have a good-sized roster, and they're eager for the test of playing 11-man football in Class C.
11 guys on the field, so more people need to step up, and we have a lot of young guys, so we need a lot of people to step up this year.
I was excited to get back to it because all through youth football we played 11-man. 8-man, you could have a lot more depth with people because you had less positions on the field, so then it just kind of helps us get a lot more people out there.
Now, stadium construction will keep a few teams off their home fields this year. Cheverus will play its 4 home games at Deering's Memorial Field and at Fitzpatrick Stadium. And a new $6 million renovation at York High School on their stadium field means the Wildcats will play all of their games away from campus. York's scheduled home games versus Greeley, Foxcroft, Brewer, and Monadnock of New Hampshire will take place at Greeley, St. Thomas Aquinas of New Hampshire, and Kennebunk High School. Well, it was another offseason of shuffling the deck when it comes to the 6 classifications of Maine high school football. After decades of playing with 3 classes, Maine high school football has had a roller coaster of classification changes since adding a 4th class in 2013.
We're just trying to save football programs. I think is the most important thing. We went from the 3 or 4 classes, and we had that developmental league, those teams that were just starting football. I thought, hey, what about 8-man football for some of our smaller schools? And I think it's been a lifesaver for the game.
Among the big changes, Deering and Massabesic returned to Class A, giving the class 14 teams. Just a few years ago, only the 8 biggest schools were in Class A. Freiburg makes a major change going from C South to B North. When you have a change like that, you lose years of knowledge about your opponents and their tendencies.
We have seen some of them in film and scouting over the past, but it's completely new. So, you know some basic tendencies of some of the teams you've been playing for a long time, and this is a case where we don't know a whole lot.
For schools like Freiburg, Wells, and Foxcroft Academy, their new classifications will put them on the road.
Sometimes the travel in the north can be a little tough. Like those years we were making road trips to Mount Desert Island and Brewer and places like that. Like, there's not really a direct route to the turnpike from Turner.
Wells and Foxcroft dominated their run in Class D. Their new classifications puts them in C, when their enrollment numbers are consistent with the current D schools.
They moved both of us up. I think there's I don't think it's by enrollment anymore. I just don't. We can say it is, but how is that possible if there's schools at 650 playing in D right now and and stuff like this? But I'm fine with playing. I'm not complaining about it. Let's just tell it like it is. That we're not doing just enrollment anymore.
Sometimes hard to figure out. Now, one thing you can count on for the best high school football coverage throughout the season, join us Friday nights at 11 on WMTW for Blitz 8. All the storylines and key plays on Blitz 8, you gotta be there. Now, looking back at last year's 8-man football state championships, in the small school division, Old Orchard Beach capped a perfect season by scoring the final 46 points of the game in their 60-14 win over Stearns. In the big school division, Greeley went from winless in 2023 to a state title in 2024 with a 58-20 win over Mount Ararat. Michael Hoffer of Hoffer's High School Sports joining us for the preview show, as he tends to do. 8-man, Michael, Greeley is out, Cape is in. You just kind of never know in this unpredictable division.
Travis, great to be with you again, as always. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changes this year with 8-man. I think Cape Elizabeth's hoping to follow the Greeley route, kind of reinvigorate their program, and if all goes well, win a championship like the Rangers did. And you're going to hear a lot of Nick Aramita, their star running back this year. Roscoe Hampton takes over as quarterback. Yarmouth's got Iggy McGrath, a terrific multi-sport athlete, as their quarterback. Adam Pilat's going to be breaking some of the school records for receiving this season. But, you look at Mount Ayr at Camden Hills, they've been very effective in recent seasons. I think Gray New Gloucester is another school that can compete. And then in the small, you look at Old Orchard Beach, that program was so prolific last year. I don't know if they'll score quite as many points this season, but I think all discussions of title contenders has to start with them.
Yeah, and Stearns up in the north was pretty solid last year, obviously reaching the championship. They have a pretty good skills group coming back, and watch out for Mount Ararat lineman Aiden Reyes. He is a wrecking ball on the line, an all-conference lineman back as we look ahead to the 8-man division. All right, we'll be back with you in a second, Michael, but after a hazing investigation derailed Lisbon High School's football season last fall, the team is coming back this season ready to turn the page. Connor Clement caught up with the Greyhounds at training camp.
20 players are returning for the Greyhounds this season, and they tell me they're ready to focus on the here and now, and their goal for the season is simple:
demolishing our opponents.
When senior Hunter Ladd was forced away from football last fall, his love and passion for the game only grew.
Just getting back out here with all the guys in pads, it's been relieving, I guess, for a little bit.
After having to forfeit the final 4 games last season because of a hazing investigation, the Maine Principals Association initially barred Lisbon from playing a varsity schedule for 2 years. Lisbon appealed that decision and won, and now it's full steam ahead in rebuilding a program that has pride.
Always been grit. That's what Lisbon's all about, being an underdogs, everyone looking at us like we have something to prove this year.
Part of the rebuild is a new head coach and staff. Walter Polke jumped at the chance to coach the Greyhounds when the job opened up. Through the first few weeks of the season, things are going well.
We're really natural. We all kind of blended together really well, all work together really well, all know what we're doing, how we all play. It's been really good.
For Lisbon, September 5th can't come soon enough.
Now, Lisbon was out of the playoff picture last year. It was Wells making it 2 straight Class D state championships, beating Foxcroft Academy. But unlike a comeback win in 2023, the Warriors won in a dominant fashion last year, 34-0. Wells and Foxcroft combined to win the last 4 titles, but of course now both out of Class D and in Class C. Now, Lisbon, the last school to win a D championship other than Wells or Foxcroft. Michael rejoins us now to look at a wide-open D. Winthrop gave Wells their best battles against D opponents last year, and the Ramblers some all-conference players like Brock Dewar and Isaiah Trotback, and one of the contenders there this year.
I wonder if all the other Class D schools gave Wells and Foxcroft Academy a going-away party, because I think they're thrilled they're gone. But you look at some of the contenders. Winthrop, even though they lost 9 seniors, they bring Jacob Fife back at quarterback. I think Oak Hill could be exceptional this year. They have a dynamic offensive combination, and Braden Dubuck, their quarterback, he was the MVP at the Elite Passing Camp this summer, and he and PJ Smith, combined for 1,000 yards and 10 scores. Poland with their great quarterback, Damon Martin, I think that they're going to be very much in contention. And then cue up the mystery machine this year. You've got Morse moving up from 8-man. They were very competitive at that level. They could make a run at making a run at the title here in Class D as well.
Yeah, definitely, Michael. And you know what? Dirigo with a very athletic junior class. Hudson Lufkin back at quarterback. And up north, Winslow, really, really impressive in the trenches in the preseason. That's what we're hearing. So should be a great another Class D season. Now, our games of the year from 2024, we love to live in the past here. Battle of eventual state champs. Falmouth trailing Freiburg in the 4th. Trey Walker up top to Abram Winterstein, 48 yards. The TD leads Falmouth to the 15-14 win in a great game. Week 7 of the regular season, Portland and Thornton. Bulldogs, Alex Martin with the big sack, and Carter Luca, the game-winning TD with under 3 to play. So the Bulldogs went on to win the state championship game. Now in Week 8, Bonnie Eagle and Noble. Colin Moran leading in a 13-play drive, doing all the work. 11 of his own runs on that drive, leading to the game-winning score as the Scots beat Noble 21-14. And then an epic battle, another one between Kennebunk and Marshwood, as Marshwood ties it on a 2-point conversion with 20 seconds left. They go to overtime. Marshwood down 8. They score a touchdown, but Kennebunk stops the 2-point conversion. They go on to the state championship thanks to that effort. All right, more Blitz 8 Preview Show is back after this.
You're watching the Blitz 8 High School Football Preview Show with Travis Lee on Channel 8 WMTW.
Now, over the last 2 years, Freiburg Academy has emerged as one of Maine's top teams. They are 19-4 over the 2 years, with a C championship last year. The boarding school has become a landing spot for international kids who'd like to play football in America.
Raised outside of Nova Scotia, Ty Boone helped Freiburg win a state title as a junior and has landed in the recruiting sights of Ivy League schools.
I think we still have great competition in Canada. It's just here, I think it's better, just a better spotlight for getting recruited.
A chunk of Freiburg's school population is dorm students, but historically, they didn't play football.
Always had them in all other sports in every part of our school over the years. We just haven't had many that played football, and so the last few years.
This year, Freiburg will have players from Canada, Germany, Hungary, China, Norway, Iceland, and Austria.
You get to see different parts of the world and how they play football and how they like to do it.
Now, Freiburg moves into B this year. Last year in B, Falmouth, a Cinderella story. A year after having to forfeit a game after being forced to miss the playoffs, new head coach Spencer Emerson led the Navigators to a perfect season where they beat previously unbeaten Kennebunk 26-13. Falmouth with a lot of standouts coming back, Michael. Maybe none more so than Eli Bush, a game-changing defensive end, but there's going to be competition out there.
Absolutely. I mean, and Bush has plenty of company as far as top standouts for Falmouth. They've got so much firepower on offense. They were one of the stingiest defenses in the whole state last year, so they have a little bit of everything. Coach Emerson has yet to lose a countable game. I think he'd like to keep it that way, and even though Falmouth moves down from the north to the south, I think they're still viewed as the favorite. Kennebunk certainly going to give them a battle, and they meet on opening night, which should be a terrific matchup. I think an interesting team this year to watch is Gorham. They've got really good numbers. Atticus Witten is one of the best players in the region. I think you're going to see Gorham take a move up the standings. You know, Chevrolet was really hindered by injuries a year ago and Skip Capone's first year as coach. I think you're going to see them bounce back, even though they're playing in a lot of different venues since they're getting turf over there at the stadium. So some interesting teams to watch. Obviously, Falmouth and Kennebunk are going to get most of the attention. And then the north, certainly Freiburg Academy with their great run of the Class C title a year ago and a ton of talent coming back.
Marshwood's numbers are low, only 32 players, but they've got some really good players coming back that have had some experience over the last couple of years. Ethan Reichert, a building block on the line for them. Biddeford had a quarterback competition in the preseason, and, you know, looks like maybe they could be on the up and up. They're a Thursday night game. And then in the north, you know, Coney, they've got a quarterback who's thrown 44 touchdowns, two-year starter. All of their starters back. I mean, when do you ever hear that? All of their starters back.
You almost never do, and it just goes to show there's a lot of good teams. Even though we might think it's a little top-heavy with a couple teams, there's a lot of other squads that are looking to maybe spring an upset and maybe go on a Falmouth-like run.
It certainly can happen, and we have seen it. Thank you, Michael. Now, Bill Belichick was fond of repeating a quote from the book The Art of War that said, "Every battle is won before it is fought." When it comes to preparation in high school football, a good scout team can mean everything to success on Friday nights.
The scout team or look team is a rite of passage for any high school football player.
I always try to tell kids at some point in time during practice, like, what you're doing as a sophomore, like I had to do it. You know, I drop back and I've got 3 defensive linemen on me right away. Like, that's just part of the deal.
The scout team's job: prepare the starters for their upcoming game. It can be a thankless job, but part of the process.
One of our seniors this year, who was kind of new to football and played on the scout team last year, like, he really took to that. Like, he took that job really seriously and made us better, because he played really hard and got better as a football player literally on the scout team, because he didn't play at all varsity.
There are countless variations of schemes and systems that an opponent may run. It's a project in its own right, preparing the scout team.
No, it's hard. It's, you know, especially when you're asking, you know, a first or second year player to look at a card and say, go this way. You kind of do the best you can. You know, sometimes you're definitely not going to get the same look you're getting on a Friday night.
On their run to the state championship last year, Greeley's Dominic Martone would morph into the opposition's star player on a weekly basis for scout team.
He could be anybody we asked him to be. You know, when we played Great New Gloucester, he was Kobe Conant, which is a hard guy to mimic. He was Gibbons from Lake Region. He was he's Dash Farrell from Mount Ararat.
You know, every day is a chance to get better. So, you know, just trying to be that thing, light the spark, get everybody better.
In Falmouth, a good week of scout team practice has its rewards.
Like, our scout team player of the week is going to play on special teams Friday night. So we say, if you show out on scout team, all right, not only are you going to earn recognition at team dinner and get player of the week, now you're going to end up on Friday night on kickoff or on punt and a chance to go prove it.
Scout Team is a football laboratory where the talent of a Scout Team player can lead to bigger roles.
Years ago at camp, it became pretty obvious in the first couple days with John Havu on the Scout Team, we needed to get him on the field on defense. And so he was a linebacker. We had a returning starter at middle linebacker, and so we made him a nose, and he took that and ran with it. He's been a two-time all-conference player since.
In the state championship 2 years ago, we had a kid who all year long we couldn't block, and then finally, week 7, week 8, we were just this guy earns, he's earned his shot, and next thing you know, he was a starting defensive end all the way throughout the playoffs.
All right, Freiburg Academy was the king of Class C last season, winning their first title since '65. Their only losses in the regular season against other state champions in Falmouth and Wells. The Raiders defense dominating Herman in a 28-0 win. But with the Raiders now in Northern B, there will be no repeat champion. As Michael Hoffer's back to talk Class C with me. And Leavitt has really dominated this Class C for a number of years. They're a young team going to turn to a sophomore quarterback in Landon Marquis. Only other times they started with sophomore quarterbacks in recent memory, Noah Carpenter, Wyatt Hathaway. They went on to have pretty good careers, so
pretty good guys.
Maybe pretty good foreshadowing for that young guy as we talk Class C.
Yeah, and I mean, you always have to take Leavitt serious. This is the one region that's statewide, so it's going to make for some interesting road trips, some interesting games. I think Wells and Foxcroft Academy both believe they could move right up and win a state championship, but yes, Leavitt's going to be right there. Big question for me is how is Greeley going to adapt, moving up from being the 8-man large school champion last year to now being an 11-man football. They graduated some great guys last year, but they do return Ben Kiles, they return Luke Piper. They both just helped the baseball team win a state title back in June, a dramatic state title. So Greeley's used to winning, and I think you're going to see them make an immediate impact at this level.
Yeah, a lot of teams used to winning. When you put Wells and Foxcroft back into this, Wells with Dom Carbonneau, a multiple position guy that is really a playmaker and has been, and Madomic Valley, 4 returning linemen, Michael, and a 1,000-yard back who was just a freshman last year. Wow. So a possibility of Madomic being in the mix as well in this statewide division. All right, well, 2024 had some epic individual performances. Let's relive them. Hudson Lufkin of Dirigo throwing 4 touchdowns, running for 1 in a win over Madison. Portland's Cordell Jones coming up big in the Battle of the Bridge against South Portland. 4 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 3 rushing, and an interception. Seems like a regular week for him. And Gorham's Garrett Poulin in week 4 against Westbrook, 3 passing and 2 rushing scores. And in the state game, Trot Moody of Old Orchard doing it on both sides of the ball. 8 for 110 receiving and a score and 2 picks. Big performances coming up next year, or this year. Can't wait for it. More Blitz 8 preview shows back after this.
You're watching the Blitz 8 High School Football Preview Show with Travis Lee on Channel 8 WMTW.
I'll look back at some of the top plays from last season. Let's start with the Class B champs from Falmouth. This is Ben Robbins snagging the deflection. He turns it into a pick 6. From Oxford Hills, the talented receiver Braden Murch, the one-handed TD grab. He's moved out of state. Vikings would love to have him back. Back to defense. Jameer Rose and his Noble teammates converge, but somehow it's Rose coming up with the pick. Another great pass catch. Caden Nielsen of Massabesic. Watch him haul this one and manage to tumble over the goal line for the Mustang touchdown. Love the big plays that we see every Friday night. Now, there are high hopes at Bonnie Eagle this fall as the Scots hope to contend for an A championship. We went inside Scots training camp with head coach Kevin Cooper.
It's time for you to do the Humpty Hump. The Humpty Hump? That's what the song's all about. You know, like old school hip hop? Let's go, Gravediggers. Set the tone today for us. Let's go. Get her. Come on, fast. Catch the guy in front of you. So you either got to get it going right now or I'm going to find somebody else to play that position. There's plenty of Gravediggers, I noticed. There's probably a couple there lining up trying to block right now, doing the hard work that would love to be over there where you are. Hawk, Predator, go, stud, fire, blue. We're gonna be able to do this. We gotta come up with a name for it. Maybe you guys can think of something. Like I'm about out of names. So that's why I love OC. OC, I was trying to give you a compliment, but you're looking at the card. That's what I like. That's why I was gonna compliment you. Because you weren't even listening to the compliment. You were just too busy getting your job done. You ought to be excited to challenge yourself. I want to play out-of-state teams. I wish we played more. I wish we had 3 out-of-state games before we played our league schedule. to challenge yourself, to prove that you guys from Maine, from little old Buxton and Standish and Lymington can play with anybody.
We'll see that this year. Coach Cooper looking for title number 8 with the Scots, and he would be the first to tell you it takes more than one standout for a team to capture a gold ball come November, but some programs boast players who can be cornerstones. Some of them are our players to watch this year.
Coming off a 1,400-yard, 18-touchdown season as a freshman, Madomic's Jaden Ruiz is a showstopper. A second-team All-League quarterback as a junior, Bonnie Eagles' Colin Moran is the total package. A dominant playmaker on Old Orchard's state title team, Trot Moody will take his skills to QB. A 4-year starter, Tatum Doucette is a dual threat for Mesalonsky. Entering his senior year with 44 career touchdown passes, Coney's Parker Morin is in elite company. Coming off a 27-touchdown season, Falmouth's Trey Walker has the weapons around him to do it again. South Portland will boast a receiving duo to be envious of. Darius Johnson and Alex Horton will give secondaries nightmares this fall. A punishing running back, Thornton Jr. Brennan Tabor makes his mark on D as an all-conference linebacker with playmaker skills. Cordell Jones has done it all in his career at Portland at an all-state level, running, catching, passing, and defending.
All right, and what a year for Jones and his Bulldog teammates last year as they won their first state title since 2002. The Bulldogs will open a close game by scoring 22 points in a 6-minute span on their way to a 35-14 win in the state championship game. And they will try and do it again this year, but this time with a new coach. As we talk Class A to round out the Blitz 8 High School Football Preview Show. And Michael rejoins me now. Thornton Academy in that game yet again. Bonnie Eagle and Thornton have dominated the last, part of this century, but in the last 7 years we've had 5 different championships, so you never know. Thornton, strong front 7, 2 all-conference players back in that front 7. They look pretty strong, and they get Simon Gellis, a hoop standout. He could be a factor for them this year with Noah Fullerton taking over at quarterback. And Class A, here you go.
Right, and Thornton Academy is never more dangerous than the year after they fail to win a championship, because it seems like they always bounce back and win it. So they've got to feel pretty good about their chances. But it really seems like the power of Class A is in the South. Bonnie Eagle's always right there as well. And they're hungry. It's been a while since they've been able to break through and go to a championship game. So Coach Cooper, you saw how fired up he was there in that last clip. He's going to have them ready to go. But the team I'm really keeping my eye on, and is this the year South Portland has a breakthrough? They've been very close in recent years. A lot of other coaches, I think, within the South Portland program, they feel like this is the year they can break through. Parker Rennie taking over at quarterback. You mentioned their great wide receivers. How fitting would it be in a year that we lost Coach Wolfgram for the program that he was most synonymous with, arguably, South Portland, if they could finally break through and make a run to a state final for the first time this century?
Yeah, and in the north, Wyndham with Parker Sperry, they look like they've got a pretty good squad going. And Kyle Johnson was a player that pretty much carried Bangor to the regional final a year ago. He is back, and Portland, we talked about, that they've got a new coach. There's a lot of different things going on with Class A.
Right. Yeah, Nick Cleach is taking over for Sean Green, and it's all going to be about Cordell Jones. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other really, really good players on this Portland team, but, the ball's going to be in his hands every single play. He's going to be the quarterback. He's going to be running. He's going to be throwing. The UMaine inbound standout is going to take Portland a long way, and I still think they're the team to beat in that region. Maybe we get a rematch of the last 2 championship games. Maybe we get something different, but it seems like there's a little more mystery around Class A this year than maybe in some other years.
Yeah, and Deering had a great season last year. Massabesic, they enter Class A. They could possibly do some good things, so it should be a great high school football season. We're really looking forward to it. Blitz 8 Friday nights at 11 o'clock on WMTW. Make sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching the Blitz 8 High School Football Preview Show. We'll have it online pretty soon, and you can watch it over and over again as we count down to kickoff.